welcome to my channel. My name is Abby. Welcome to another unboxing review try on video of a gorgeous pair of shoes that I cannot wait to show you. We are going to be talking about the Christian Louboutin Rosalie in black. So let's just get started. So here we have the Louboutin box. Let me just lift the lid off. And inside we have a little pouch with some extra heel tips in. We've got two separate dust bags. I do believe since the last time I've bought a pair of Louboutins, I think this has changed. I think the Louboutins that I have, they've got red dust bags, and so they seem to have changed that. I don't know how recent that is, but compared to when I last bought a pair, they've changed that. So, undoing the tissue. Let's get these out. So, here they are, the Louboutin Rosalie sandals. And they are just absolutely gorgeous. There is something about black Louboutins with the red sole. I don't know what it is, but they are just so sexy. I feel like Louboutin shoes are some of the sexiest shoes that I've ever seen, and particularly these are just, oh, they're just raunchy, aren't they? So on a closer look, these are very, very minimalistic, so there's not really much for me to say than more than what meets the eye. They just have this black strap which curls around the foot, and there is a tiny bit of clear plastic, I don't know if you can see there, that connects this part of the strap to the shoe. There's just a tiny bit of plastic that's clear there. I'm not sure what material it is actually. So it kind of looks like the foot, or the strap, is kind of floating along the foot, which I think is part of the design, because it's just like, it's very barely there, isn't it? And I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then of course we have the red sole, which currently is untouched, but I know as soon as I walk anywhere in these bad boys, that is going to get scuffed. But that is just, it's just, oh, I'll have to take this sticker off. It's just it's part and parcel of it. It's completely normal for the red bit to come off, because obviously this is super shiny and untouched, and then obviously when you're walking on ground, which is uneven, scratchy, it's got sharp objects, it's dirty, it's gonna wear away, but it's just what happens. It's just what happens, we have to let it go. But I absolutely love the barely there design of this shoe. I have a thing for, I was gonna say I have a thing for feet, and that makes it sound like I've got a foot fetish. I don't think I do. I've definitely got a shoe fetish, but there's just something about a shoe that's like mostly your foot that I just think is so sexy. I just think it's the sexiest shoe to have, is like a shoe that's barely got anything going on and it's all just your foot. It makes me feel some type of way. And I just think this design is timeless. I know that they have it in different colours or different finishes. I think they have a sparkly diamond version of these. But I just think this black is just a classic that I will wear for years and years and years to come. Like, this is just like that plain black shoe that you just won't need anything else. If you're looking for a shoe that is going to go with anything and everything, no matter the occasion, the time of day, the event, anything like that, I think this is the winner, hands down. I just think it is going to be a go-to if you've got it in your wardrobe. And when I'm feeling them both in my hands, like honestly, they're so light. I know some heels or some shoes can be particularly heavy on the foot. I did try on a pair when I was shopping for these, there was another pair that I was tempted to buy as well, but they were a completely different style. They were a chunky platform with a chunky heel, so they did have a bit more weight to them, but these honestly feel like there is hardly anything on your feet. They're so light. So if you're looking for a light pair of heels that doesn't feel like you're wearing much at all, these are the ones for you. I will say that this heel, I believe it's covered in leather. I think it is. If it's not leather, it feels like leather. I think it is leather, but this is really quite delicate. I remember it was soul crushing. The time I wore my first ever pair of Louboutins, I was walking up some steps to like a rooftop bar, and the steps were like that grated style of step, so they weren't like a block, so my heel went straight down the gap of this grated step and it scraped a little chunk out of the leather, and honestly I could have cried. I really could have cried. I've glued it on, I've glued the leather flap back on now, and I've tried to colour in any of the parts that were showing, but it was heartbreaking. So I would say be careful in these shoes. Of course you're going to be careful, you're not going to be wearing these to transport in, I mean probably, but just to be insanely careful, because this fabric is really delicate, and if you scrape it, like, and you know, I've got loads of heels that have scraped heels, they've got scuffs or whatever, like just be aware that this is very delicate and you will cry if you scrape it. I mean, it's all part and parcel of wearing the shoes. Of course the shoes, if you wear them, they will not stay pristine forever, but just something, it's just some things to think about, just to make sure that you are being as careful as you can be, because I wasn't aware that that was a thing. I mean, obviously I didn't want my heel to be falling down a grate, but I didn't expect them to be that delicate that they would scrape off. So yeah, I'm clinging on to it for dear life, because I'm like, please don't let that happen to these. And in terms of the comfort of the shoe, these are, again, along with the lightness of the shoe, super comfortable in terms of that. And in terms of the strap comfort, I have no problems with this shoe. It feels really comfortable, it feels really snug to your foot, and I have no problems with any bits rubbing or anything like that. The only part that I would say I noticed on wearing them for a little while is I can just feel this part against my toe. It's not rubbing, so I mean, hopefully that means that it's not gonna cause any problems for me with extended wear, but just when my toes are all lined up in the shoe, I can just feel that this is there next to my little toe. So I don't know if that's, I wouldn't say it's a problem. I don't feel like it's a problem. I don't feel like it's going to be a problem. But I'm just pointing it out in case you wanted to know. But they feel really great on, super comfortable, super wearable, super light. And my foot feels so free. I mean, it is pretty exposed, but it feels great. And in terms of the sizing of this shoe, I stuck to my usual size that I would get with any other shoe. I am a size UK 4, so I got these in a size 37, which is the European equivalent, and they fit absolutely perfectly. So I would say stick to the size that you normally get. There is no need to size up or anything like that, because my heel is fitting perfectly on this bit here. I feel like if I got any bigger, then, you know, it might start to slip, or I think it just would look too big because there just would be too much hanging off. But when I was in the shop, the sales assistant was very helpful, and when I mentioned, oh, maybe I should get half size up so that there's a little bit of extra room on the edge, he was like, no, this is perfect for you, you should get this size, because it would just, it's not how the shoe is supposed to fit. If you have some extra room on the end, it's supposed to fit perfectly, which makes sense because it's that kind of shoe that's like, It's not even really there. So it's supposed, like, the focus of the shoe is on your foot. So it should look like the foot and the shoe are together as one. That sounds really deep for a pair of shoes. So I think that is pretty much everything that I've got to say about these shoes. They are, you know, they're pretty self-explanatory in themselves, in what they look like. And I have no complaints about them whatsoever, and I cannot wait to wear them, because I just feel like they are those shoes that I am going to reach for again and again and again, regardless of what I'm wearing, because I feel like they will just go with anything and everything I could ever possibly want. Like, she's really that girl. I am obsessed. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you've got any questions, leave them down below and I will get back to you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.